channel. I just want to say before I start this video a quick thank you to everyone for all of your well wishes. I am doing okay. My leave from work got extended to 4 weeks instead of 2 because my foot is taking a long time to heal and the doctor really wants me to keep my weight off of it. But it is getting better slowly. The surgery technically was a success even though it's taking a long time to recuperate. So with that, I just wanted to give you guys an update because I know a lot of you were wondering and were dying to hear from me how it went. So thank you guys. I love you all. And I cannot even begin to tell you how much your comments and your well wishes mean to me. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start today's video, which is, I'm not even sure how I want to title this video. I've had several titles going around in my head, 40, now what? How to find your happy, how to find your sparkle, do you remember who you are? Do you remember who you used to be? I mean, I literally have dozens of titles swirling in my head, and I may just have to flip a coin and see which one I finally settle on when I post this video to YouTube. But today, I really want to talk to you about rediscovering who you are. What do you love in your life? What are you passionate about? What are some things that actually make you happy? And I'm going to start this off with a conversation I was having with my best friend Susie. She is another teacher that I work with, and we've been BFFs for years. And it was literally like the third day of teacher's report, and we had in-service training, and it was lunchtime. And we were having lunch together, and I remember looking at her and saying, is this it? Really? Is this all there is? I wake up at 4:45 in the morning. I immediately get to work in the housework and the children. I then go to work all day, then come home from work, cook dinner, clean the dinner, do a load of laundry, spend a little time with the boys, say goodnight to my husband, go to bed, and the next day is repeat, repeat, repeat. Is that really all there is? It's just this motion of living, this going through the process, this hunkering down and just kind of being like almost like a survival mode. And it kind of shocked me when she agreed with me. She said that she had actually just been going through something very similar herself, that, she felt like all she did was work, all she was a mom, all she was a teacher, all she was a wife. Who was she? And I think there are a lot of women right now who are in their 30s or in their 40s sitting there going, who am I? What do I want out of this life? Because just because you're 40 doesn't mean your life is over. Sure, your 20s are swinging a hip time, happening time, fun, fun, fun. Your 30s become a time of responsibility and small children. Your 40s, you now maybe still have small children, or now you're dealing with teenagers. But you're not dead. I'm not dead. And all I knew was something was wrong. And I kind of had to sit down and figure out what was wrong. And so I spent a couple of years trying to re-find that spark that was me. And notice I'm using the word spark, not the word happy. Because the truth was, I was happy. I have children that are my life. I have a wonderful, wonderful husband who is sweet and kind and takes care of me and is a great provider and a great father. I couldn't ask for a better husband. We had just purchased our dream house. It's nothing, it's not a mansion, but it's an 1,800 square foot ranch with a full basement, and we love the house. So my kids are great, my husband's great, my house is great. I have a paycheck coming in. So on paper, my life was a happy life. But in here and in here, there was a disconnect. And the spark that was me, the essence of me, seemed to have gotten lost. I was AJ and Casey's mom. That's who I really, really was. I was Bill's wife. I was Mrs. Bietler to hundreds of children. Who was Tina? Somewhere in all those titles, Tina had gotten lost. Tina had lost her way and was feeling really depressed when, by a lot of people's opinions, looking from the outside in, a lot of people would have looked at me and said, why are you depressed? What do you have to be depressed about? And first of all, I really think you should never judge another person. Nobody knows what another person is really, really feeling on the inside. Like I said, on paper my life was great, but in my heart, in my head, I was having a real disconnect. So before you guys start to say, oh, suck it up, don't be a big baby, I'm not here to tell you to be a big baby, and I wasn't a big baby. I felt a problem, and I've spent a couple of years working to solve that problem. And so with this video, my goal is to share with you what were some of the things that I've done over the last couple of years to get me to a place where I remember who I am. I do remember what I used to love, and I am Tina now. And it wasn't a quick fix. It wasn't an overnight journey. It took a little soul searching, and it took some time to figure out different things that I needed to deal with. So one of the first things I want you to do, sometimes you have to remember the past to move into the future. So number one, go and pull out your yearbooks if you have them. I know a lot of you don't, but if you have old photos from high school, from college, pull all those out. Look at the person you used to be. Who was that girl? What were her big dreams for the future? Maybe you're living those dreams right now, but because you're just so in the rut and so in the mundane of day in and day out that you don't even realize, duh, you did it. You wanted to do this with your life, and congratulations, you got it. Or if you haven't reached those dreams, are they still something you would want to achieve? Or was that just a passing fancy and you now need to figure out what it is you want to achieve? All right. So again, kind of check in with the girl you used to be. What did you want when you were 13 years old? What did you want when you were 21 years old and you got that driver's license that said you were now legally able to drink, and wow, the world was going to be your oyster, So revisit her. And then number two, on memory lane, binge watch, and I keep looking down because I have pages of notes. I've been working on this video for like a month or two now. I really have, and I wanted to make sure I had everything I wanted to say just right. Number two, binge watch your movies. The movies that, you know what I'm talking about. For me, in my generation, it was Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Goonies. I went back and I rewatched all of these. And then I even watched ones that came later, even once I was out of my teenage years. Breakfast at Tiffany's, Titanic, Braveheart. I rewatched these movies not just as someone passing the time or someone chilling out, but I rewatched these movies because these were movies that spoke to me on some inner level at the time. And so as I rewatched them, when I came to a scene in a movie that's like, I love this scene, I would actually watch the scene and like pause it and try to identify what was the emotion that I was feeling at that moment. What was it about that scene in the movie that was like, oh, that was a great scene. Like one of my favorite scenes is The Breakfast Club is when Claire gives Ali Sheedy, I can't remember her name right now in the movie, but she gives her the makeover. And she pulls her hair off her face and she brightens her eyes up. I love that scene. Why? Why did that scene really connect with me? Well, one of the reasons was because in high school, I was a little bit of an ugly duckling. And so as someone who never really felt confident or who didn't necessarily feel pretty, that, Cinderella moment was something I could really connect with. So that's one of the things I did. I actually went through my movies and studied them, not just enjoyed them, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. Number three, Life is not a dress rehearsal. There's not a director who's going to come out and say, cut, can you do that again, but with feeling? This is your life. It's your one and only life. And make your limited downtime special. What am I talking about? My kids go to bed at about 8:45. I go to bed for the night between 9:15 and 9:30. So at the most, I'm getting 30 to 45 minutes that are my time. Seriously, that's not a lot of downtime. So am I going to spend that time, wearing a ratty t-shirt and, having just a cup of water, watching TV? Or am I going to spend that time on my bed with a cup of sleepy time tea in a pretty coffee cup or a pretty mug, wearing satin pajamas, and making the most out of that little bit of time? I'm opting for B as opposed to A. Invest in yourself. I know when we were younger, we were like teenagers, so you couldn't wait till you owned nice things. And then the day comes and you actually do own a few nice things. And where are all those nice things? In storage, because we don't want them to get broken. Well, a beautiful teacup and saucer that's packed in a box in the basement that only gets pulled out for Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve is not really a treasured item doing you any good. Pull it out now. Use it now. Use it year-round. Don't sleep in one of your husband's cast-off t-shirts or in something that you've been wearing to bed for the last 10 years. Go out, buy yourself, pretty pajamas, a nice robe. How many of you guys right now have a robe in your closet that, let's be honest, you've had it for 10 years, it's got permanent stains on it, and one of the pockets are ripped? Been there, done that. That robe is gone. I didn't set it on fire, but it was sent bye-bye, and new things came in. Not all at once, but here and there, I started picking myself up things. And again, I'm not talking about going to Macy's and dropping big bucks on jammies. Most of my pajamas come from Costco. Seriously, 20 bucks a pair. So yeah, a lot of my pajamas are from Costco, but then I do have a few specialty little pieces from Victoria's Secret or a department store that, are just nice pajamas, things that I'm not embarrassed to open the door in if the mailman needs to drop off a package. So spoil yourself. We make all this time to make everything picture perfect for our kids. How many of your children right now have better pajamas than you do? How many of your children right now have, better blankets than you do, and loveys and little stuff things and all these little creature comforts? Do you have creature comforts? If you don't, you need to get some. Seriously. You are just as important as your kids. You really are. And it's really easy to put yourself at that bottom of the list. I'm not asking you to make yourself number 1, but I'm also asking you not to make yourself number 10. If the dog gets better treatment in the house than you do, something's wrong. You need to get those priorities in a different arrangement. All right, let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, number 4, get your girl on. And as I said, yes, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I'm a wife, but I am a woman, and in my heart of hearts, I'm still a girly girl. But over the years, there's so much to do. So many things have to get done in the course of a week, and the chores and laundry, and you got to take the kid over here for this, and baseball practice, piano practice, doctor's appointments, that the pretty things in life, we let go of them and we just become functional. Functional is good. Okay, there's a lot to be said for being functional, but you can have functional and cute at the same time. You really can. Again, something as simple as throwing away your chipped teacup and go buying yourself something positively adorable off the clearance racks at TJ Maxx or at Home Goods. buy a few items for you. One of the things I did was I made my bedside table cute. I don't know if you can see it back there, but I bought a pretty picture frame for the boys and a nice vase and a floral arrangement over there. So this way when I wake up in the morning and I get out of bed, the first thing I see is a pop of color, some happy photos, and some gilded picture frames. Cute, not just functional. And I did the same thing with my office downstairs. It's really funny that if you were to walk in, me and Bill, we share the same office, and you can figure out which side is whose really, really fast. My office is also like my studio. So I have my side of the office, and everything is just adorable and girly to the max. And then you look at my husband's side of the office, and it's literally just piles and piles and piles of stuff everywhere. One of these days I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see. But surround yourself with girly stuff. Find the woman you were, that you used to be before you became a mom who hasn't slept in 5 years, and someone who's got spit up on their shoulder, and that might even be a smear of baby poop on your shirt and you're just not sure anymore. Seriously, find her. She needs to be found. She's still in there. She's exhausted. She hasn't slept in ages. But that girl that you used to be, she is still in there. And know that this time right now with the little kids, it will pass. I am happy to report that my youngest is now 8. And when they get a little older, you do start to find more time for yourself. You actually can get some separation from your children and know that the world's not going to come to an end. For all you moms right now who have 1, 2, 3, 4-year-olds, I feel ya. I do. I feel you. And unfortunately, some of the advice I'm giving right now is just not going to work because you don't have that kind of time on it. I mean, 30 minutes for you is a luxury. A shower for you sometimes is a luxury. But as the children get older, it does get better for you. So there's hope. Just hang on. Hang on. It's coming. Another thing, that I have for myself is I've noticed that lately there seems to be like this backlash against girly things. Everyone wants their daughters to grow up to be strong, independent women. We're tired of, the princesses and someday your prince will come. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. But there's no reason why I can't be a strong and independent woman with a pink manicure, open-toed sandals, and a cute planner full of stickers. I can be both. You can be both. And I think that's important to know. Okay. Next one I want to tell you is make your bedroom a retreat for you and your husband if you're married. If you're single, then you're just making a retreat for yourself. But if you're married, obviously make a retreat for the both of you. If your bedroom is doubling as the home office, or the sewing machine is in your bedroom, or your bedroom's full of kids' toys right now, get that out. Seriously, get all of that stuff out of the bedroom. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, where am I going to put it? I don't know. I don't care. Get it out of your bedroom. For years, my bedroom with Bill was the dumping ground. Everything would end up in our bedroom, and there would just be piles and piles of stuff, and I never knew where the heck to even put all this stuff. And the room, not only was the room not a sexy room, but it wasn't even a relaxing room. I wasn't able to walk into my bedroom and go, ah. No, I would walk in my bedroom and I would actually feel anxiety because I would be surrounded by all this stuff that was just like weighing me down. So when we moved into the new house, I told Bill, I go, the stuff that was in our bedroom, it's not coming in anymore. I'm sorry, but I do not want our bedroom to be full of all this monotonous, I'm sorry, it's in my eye, full of all of this monotonous crap. It's going to be just our space, our bedroom. I know a lot of women will retreat to their bathrooms, and trust me, I've been there, done that. I've sat on my potty playing on my phone for 20 minutes at a time with the door locked because I had nowhere else to go. But I really do think it is important that every woman, like I said, has a bedroom to go to. If the kids all have their own room, then why shouldn't you have yours? Also, in regard to the bedroom, make your bed as comfortable as possible. If you can't afford to buy a new mattress, but your mattress isn't comfortable anymore, then go out and buy one of those 3-inch memory foam mattress pads and toss that on there, and get new pillows. How old are your pillows right now? Mine weren't that old, but I know my husband's pillows were at least 15 years old, and he just got brand new pillows a couple of months ago, and wow, is he sleeping better. It made a world of difference. Just pillows. Nobody wants to sleep on a lumpy mattress with a pillow that stinks because it's old and disgusting. Again, get blankets. This is like one of my favorite blankets in the whole world. It's from Costco. This was like $13.99, but it is the softest thing on earth, and this is my lovey. I actually bought myself 2 of these. I have a lovey for the living room and one for my bedroom, because I need loveys just as much as my kids do. Number 6, date night, or date morning, or date afternoon. I don't care when you do it, what time of the day it is, but you and your husband, if you have one, or your significant other, you need time for you. Because if you're feeling like your spark is dulling down, odds are he's feeling it too, but he may not be able to put it into the words that we are able. A lot of times men don't know their emotions. They really don't. They just kind of get cranky. They don't know why they're feeling the things they feel. So, make time for the 2 of you to connect. If that means hiring a babysitter, hire a babysitter. If it means calling grandma, call grandma. And if grandma's old and she can't do late nights anymore, fine. Then instead of going out for dinner and a movie, you and your husband go out and have lunch and go for a walk in the park, or go to a museum. We have a lot of lakes by us. Bill and I will sometimes just drive to the lake and just sit at one of the picnic tables and just talk for a while. Just to be alone without the boys, to be able to hear each other without hearing the boys shouting over us. And it makes a difference. In fact, Bill and I, we were just talking that we're not actually doing enough of that. We need to even up our game. We need more time together without our kids. But it is hard. I get it. Because, Casey's got karate and baseball and swimming and archery, and AJ's got his music stuff going on. And sometimes there are days where we basically don't really see each other, or like 2 ships passing in the night while we take kids where they have to go. So it is important to reconnect with your significant other, make time for them, and don't think of date night in the traditional sense. Maybe date time for you and your husband is something that you do on a Saturday at like 9 o'clock in the morning. You leave the kids at home for a little while, and you just go out to a store together and walk around, or go to a bookstore. Bill and I, we love to go to Barnes & Nobles. 2 of us can kill a solid hour and a half in Barnes & Nobles. And sometimes we buy something and sometimes we don't. Dates also don't have to be these really expensive productions. If you want to get dressed up and put on your best dress and your highest heels and go out with your husband, great. If you just want to throw on some jogging pants and a hoodie and just go for a walk around the neighborhood, that counts too. It really does. It counts. And like I said, odds are he needs a little time as well. Number 7, spend time with real, actual people. I love social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I'm forgetting one. Oh, YouTube. Hello. But the fact of the matter is, social media, as much as I love it and as much as you love it, it's actually making us less social. We know everything about each other now because social media, we share everything. But reading a 3 to 4 sentence post from someone does not count as actual human interaction. The fact is, people are social creatures. We crave companionship. We really do. And this is coming from someone who's actually a bit of a homebody. I admit it. I am a homebody. I enjoy just being home. Yet, it is vital that I still connect with my girlfriends. Even if that means, calling them and making plans a month in advance. I have one friend, she and I, we can never get together unless we make an arrangement to get like a mani and a pedi and lunch a month out, and we'll both put in our planners. And then about a week before we're supposed to actually meet up together, I will actually text her and say, hey, we're still on for Saturday, right? And then she'll either text me back yes or something's come up. But, you know, it's important to put in that effort. If you want to have friends, it takes work to have friends. It's very easy to ignore each other and just kind of become forgotten. So make time for your girlfriends, force them, harp on them. Hey, when are we getting together? Make them make time for you as well. All right. Number 8 is throw away your junk. Seriously? Now, I am not a minimalist. I don't believe in living light. I like my things. I like my girly things. I like my stuff. I do. But there is such a thing as too much stuff. And if you cannot close the closet door anymore, or you close the cupboards and there's so much stuff in the cupboards that's actually holding the door open a little bit, it's time to declutter. It really is. And I'm not talking about going all KonMari on you, because wow, that's intense decluttering. But a couple hours a week, seriously, a couple hours a week, tackle the kitchen first. Any Tupperware that doesn't have a matching lid, it's out. Any dishes or glasses that are chipped or possibly dangerous, they're gone. If there's a couple of pots and pans that haven't been used in years because the handles are wobbly, pitch them. A lot of times we hold on to something because we think we might need it in the future. But then 2 years go by, 3 years go by, 5 years go by, and it hasn't been used in all that time. If you haven't used something in years, trust me, you don't need it. You really don't. And odds are, if the apocalypse were to happen anyway, you're probably not going to grab that broken pot anyway. So yeah, start to declutter the kitchen. Tackle that one first, because you will immediately feel better when you can just open the doors and see everything organized. Clean out that refrigerator, and including the stuff in the Tupperware that, you know, might be alive now. We're not sure anymore. Clean all that out. And then, how many times a year do you purge the kids' bedrooms? I know myself, twice a year, I will purge the boys' bedrooms where, you know, clothes that don't fit anymore, they're gone. I usually do it once in like July, getting ready for the school year, and then I'll usually do it again at the beginning of December to make way for all the new stuff I know they're going to get for Christmas. So I literally have it in my plan of life where every July, every December, the boys' bedrooms are going to get a massive cleaning and a massive tossing out of crap that is no longer needed. Make sure you're doing the same thing to your own bedroom. Don't throw away your husband's stuff. Don't do that. That would be disrespectful. I know you want to. Trust me, there's a few things and bills I would love to get rid of. Don't do that. But do contain your own stuff. Control your own amount of clutter. If you have a pair of blue jeans in the closet that made your butt look good, but they haven't fit you since after having your 3rd child, and you're probably never going to be that size ever again, it's time for those jeans to go. You can always have the memories in your head. You don't need the stuff to have those memories. So yes, declutter, it's important, and you will feel so much better once you just get those things out of my house. I love a couple of times a year to pull out like 6 or 7 of those big 30-gallon black trash bags and just fill them to the top. And the stuff that's truly garbage goes to the trash bin. The things that are still usable, and my trash could be somebody else's treasure, we'll do one of two things. We'll either take it to the Salvation Army ourselves, or if we don't have time for that, we'll call Purple Heart, because Purple Heart will actually pick up the items right off our front porch and take it away and let someone else have it. So yeah, declutter. Get rid of all that stuff weighing you down. Number 9 is something that I've actually been sharing with a lot of my friends lately, and that is YouTube. And not just watching, you know, cute baby and cat videos, even though I love a good baby laughing and kitten video, I really do. But to find some YouTubers that you can actually connect with. Someone who's near your age level, someone who's in the same category of life that you're in right now. Someone that you can relate to, because it kind of opens you up to more things in life. And so for me, some of my favorite YouTubers, most of my favorites are definitely moms, because I immediately connect with someone who is also a mom. I tend to like the YouTubers who are kind of in like their 30s and 40s, because they're in the same walk of life that I'm in right now. And so I can see how they're doing it. How are they doing it? How are they getting through their days? And is there some kind of advice that I can, wisdom that I can learn from these women? So that's the frame of mind that I'm in. Once again, battery problem. Oh well. As I was saying, some of my favorite YouTubers that I really love, first one would be Tati, the glam guru. She's in her mid-30s, and she is a beauty guru, and I love her advice. She tests out all kinds of makeup products, skincare products, everything. You name it, she's tested it, put it to test, and gave it a review. And as someone who's in her mid-30s, I'm obviously going to relate to her reviews much more than I would someone who's 22 with perfect, dewy, youthful skin and not a flaw in sight. So yeah, so Tati's a really great YouTuber that I love for beauty recommendations. Another one that I love is Jen Ross from Pretty Neat Living. She is all about, you know, home maintenance and organization and various projects. She has a lot of her holiday videos up that I absolutely love. I get a lot of inspiration from her. She also has another channel that she doesn't do anymore, but all of the content is still there, called My Housewife Life. Oh, I've watched almost every video she's posted in My Housewife Life. Just amazing videos, great quality, and lots of inspiration. Another one I love is Marnie Goldberg. She is in her 40s like myself. She has teenagers like myself. And again, she has a similar complexion to mine. So when she's giving a beauty review of a makeup product, I'm definitely taking notes. I'm definitely learning from her experience and getting inspiration from her ideas. She also does vlogs with her family and different things, activities she does with her kids. You better believe I'm, taking notes and putting into practice some of the things she does. I love Anna Saccone. She is from Ireland, and she lives in England with her husband Jonathan, and they have 3 little ones that are just absolutely adorable. She has her channel, which is a lot like this, talking to the camera, but then they also have their family blog channel with the little ones, and I really enjoy watching her videos as well. And another person I love is Rachel Talbert. She has a kid. She's in her mid-30s, and she has, again, a lot of natural beauty products that she does and a lot of DIYs that I enjoy. So these, again, are women that I can relate to. I understand where they're coming from because I'm coming from a similar place. So I really believe a lot of times women compete with each other, and we don't need to do that. We can inspire each other and learn from each other. Everyone has wisdom. Everyone has some wisdom in something, and share it. That's what YouTube is all about, sharing. Finally, not finally, actually I have 2 more. And again, yes, I know, another long video. Shocker. The next one would be to take care of yourself. You take your children every year for their well-child checkups. They get their vaccinations. You take them to their dentist appointments. When was the last time you've gone to the doctor? When was the last time you had a physical? When was your last mammogram? When was your last pap smear? These things are important. Maybe the reason you're watching this video going, yes, I want to find my sparkle too, isn't because you're really dull in your life. Maybe there's actually a medical problem right now. Maybe you're suffering from a blood sugar problem, a thyroid problem. Maybe your hormones are fluctuating faster than the roller coasters at Cedar Point because, you're now in your 40s, and that's what happens when you get to be in your 40s. So definitely make the time to go visit your doctors. I really recommend right now seeing your general practitioner and having a full physical and a little blood workup. I recommend going to your gynecologist and getting everything that they prescribe for you, as well as having your hormone levels checked. And I recommend right about now going to a dermatologist if you're in your 40s. Have the moles checked, because let's be honest, there's places on your body you can't see. So make sure that nothing's weird is going on with any of the little spots on your body. And while you're there, ask them for a recommendation on facial creams and things like that, that maybe, you know, you want to start fighting some of those little lines that start to appear in your 40s. So go have an overhaul is really a big advice I'm giving you. And for me, myself, I know because I have rheumatoid arthritis, I see my rheumatologist every 2 months, and that's been going on for 20 plus years. So it's really easy for me to put all those other doctors on the back burner and skip my physical every year. And I put my mammogram off for almost 4 years. My gynecologist actually told me that if I didn't get my mammogram, she wasn't going to refill my anxiety medicine, because she was actually quite upset with me that I had gone so long without getting my mammogram done. So she forced my hand and I got it done. It didn't hurt anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to hurt. It's not fun, but it wasn't painful either. It's just uncomfortable. But so yeah, go get those boobies checked out. It's important. Gotta make sure everything's working. If you're not in your best health, then you're not going to shine or sparkle. You're just going to be tired and cranky and going through the motions. And my last word of advice for everyone is to get a lifestyle tracker. Mine is just the basic Fitbit Flex. This is the cheapest one you can buy. And my husband actually bought me the pink one, but being the girly girl that I am, I immediately went to Amazon and Etsy and bought all kinds of cute little bands for it. So yeah, but this is just the Fitbit Flex. And I love this thing. I love my step count. I really do. Unfortunately, because of this big old giant boot on my foot right now, I'm not getting my steps in. So I've been doing like upper body stuff. And I find that when I'm doing, upper body things with like my little itty bitty dumbbells, it does still count on my tracker. My tracker will basically count that as a step, even though it's more, an arm motion than a step. So I have my Fitbit tracker, and then I also use, though, a lot of the other features on it. I especially love on my app that I can track my sleep patterns. I have been tired for years, and a big part of that was just the fact that I wasn't getting enough sleep. So with my Fitbit, I've been tracking now for weeks and weeks my sleeping patterns. And one of the first things I learned was that, if you go back, it used to all be, like 6 hours and 41 minutes, 6 hours, 57 minutes, 6 hours, 43 minutes. I wasn't getting anywhere near enough sleep. I just wasn't. And then you're able to open up a day and see that, it took me 6 minutes to fall asleep. I was restless one time. So even though that's 6 minutes and 49 minutes right there, I need to subtract that 6 minutes. So really, I only got 6 minutes and 43 minutes of real sleep that night. So seeing your sleeping patterns on the Fitbit will encourage you to go to bed earlier. And now if we move in, you will see now that I'm getting 7 hours, 28 minutes, 7 hours, 5 minutes, 7 hours, 50 minutes, 7 hours, 7 minutes, 7 hours, 27. So I'm going to bed earlier because this showed me the error of my ways. Instead of going to bed at 10 o'clock at night, I'm now going to bed at 9:30. So that puts an extra 30 minutes into my sleep bank every night, which makes a big difference. It really makes a big difference. Another thing I am doing is I am tracking my water, and I have a water bottle with me at all times every single day. I like refillable water bottles over plastic ones, and the minute it's empty, I just refill it and keep on chugging. But one of the things I realized was I was kind of drinking too much water, believe it or not. It's not that I was drinking too much water and the water was hurting me, but come like 6 p.m., I need to back off a little. I really do, because I was having just way too many bathroom breaks in the middle of the night. So if you wake up to go to the bathroom, one, you wake up. Second, when you go back to bed, you don't necessarily fall back to sleep right away. It may take you, 5, 10, 15 minutes to fall back off to sleep. And then if you're having 2 potty breaks in the middle of the night, well, now you're losing as much as another half hour of sleep. So by seeing just how much water I was consuming in the course of a day, I have actually cut back a little. And so now after 6 p.m., instead of having one of these full to the top next to me at all times, I just kind of put it away. And if I do get thirsty, I will just go get a glass and have a sip of water instead of just keep chugging and chugging and chugging. And I am now sleeping through the night and not using the bathroom. It made a difference. So, oh, and one more part of the app that I positively love are the challenges, because I am a competitive person by nature. I really am. And so the one I really love is the Workweek Hustle. And luckily, I know lots of friends with Fitbits. And so now we'll get this Workweek Hustle going. And it helps to keep me honest. You know, a lot of times you come home from work, you've worked all day, it was stressful, you really just want to, you know, sit down and chill out. But that doesn't help you to sleep. If you actually get some exercise in your day, I find that it helps you to sleep better. And I can tell the difference right now because since my surgery, you know, my step count is way down. I'm not getting anywhere near the physical activity I was getting prior to the surgery. And so my sleep quality is definitely less than what it was before the surgery because I'm not tired when I go to bed. I'm mentally exhausted, but not physically exhausted. You need to be physically tired to go to bed, not just mentally drained. There's a definite difference there. Mentally drained does not guarantee a good night's rest. Some physical exercise will make your body tired as well as your brain, and you're going to sleep better. So I can't wait to get this boot off my foot, can't wait to start doing my Workweek Hustles again. And now instead of sitting on the sofa when I'm watching TV at night, I'm actually up and I'm like marching in place. March, march, you know, and I'll watch the news and march in place, and I'll watch one of my, you know, Bones and march in place. I'll watch Supernatural and march in place. I'll go up and down the flights of the stairs just for the heck of it, because like I said, I'm competitive and I want to get that step count up and stay in the ballpark with my friends, because if you're bottom of the barrel, you feel bad. It's like, oh wow, I'm being really lazy this week. I got to get up and move. So yes, definitely get one of these things. And if your friends already have a fitness tracker, like if your friends have a Jawbone, then get a Jawbone. If you notice a lot of your friends have Fitbits, get a Fitbit. So this way you can join the party and inspire each other to better health. Because I'm not worried about being skinny. I will probably never be skinny ever again. I'm just not built that way. You know, I've always been a curvy girl. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But that doesn't mean I want to be unhealthy. That doesn't mean I want to be sickly. You know, I still want to be healthy. I want to be strong. I want to be well rested. And I want my sparkle. I definitely want to have my sparkle. And with that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, none of the advice I've given here is an instant fix. You know, it's easy for me to summarize it all in a half-hour video or 35-minute video, however long this one is. But this was a process I've kind of gone through over the course of 2 years of trying to figure out, once again, who was I? What are things that make me happy? And I can honestly say that after these 2 years of making changes, and they're not even big changes, they're kind of small changes, but after 2 years of making these changes in my life, I am definitely in a much, much better frame of mind than I was 2 years ago. I'm no longer saying to myself, is this all there is? Now I wake up each day looking forward to the day, and what am I going to do today, and what cute thing am I going to wear, and what am I going to put in my planner, and what am I going to do here, and this isn't necessarily one of the lists, but if you have a furry, I recommend getting a furry, because furries add so much love, and they sparkle all by themselves. So if you don't have a best friend, go get yourself a best friend. Right, girl? Right, sweetie? She's like, whatever, I don't care. So with that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me in the future, click that subscribe button. And I'll talk to you.